everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland and a little review video. If you watched my weigh-in update last week, you'll know that I'm taking a break from keto and I'm going to try something a little bit different this week. I'm going to do the Musclefood Do The Unthinkable 5-day plan. Now, I did try this way back when it first came out, I think it was October 18, and I did quite enjoy it. But there was a limited range of food, so I thought I would try it again now because I've added a lot more to the range and there's some cook from scratch kits and things as well, so I thought it would be quite a good thing to try again. I want to say first off, this is not an ad, I'm not sponsored, I haven't been gifted, I bought this myself. Musclefood don't even know that I'm a vlogger, so this is going to be an open and honest review of exactly what I think of the plan. So the food arrived on Saturday and I did film it, so I'll pop that clip in now. Right, so it's Saturday evening and my Do The Unthinkable package has arrived. Let's have a look and see what's in here. Right, so it looks like it's packaged quite well. Let's have a look. We have got a healthy recipe guide, a little folder there, excellent. And some information on it, I take it. And we've got lots of food, yay! Right, so in here, oh look. So this is all the chilled stuff. And it is still well frozen, so it has been well packaged. I'm going to take all this out and then let you see it. Right, so I have emptied it all out, everything is there and looking good. I'm not going to go through it all individually with you just now because you will see everything that I'm eating on a daily basis and I'll give you all the information about them then. But just very briefly, I've got my 5 breakfasts here and I've gone for different options like there's pancakes and crumpets and quick snacky things and a milk drink, just to kind of keep it nice and mixed. Lunchtime, I have got all microwave ping meals, which are absolutely perfect for a lunchtime. And the evening meals, I've got 4 cook your own packs, and you basically get everything that you need for that meal in the one pack. And I've got a nice pizza for Friday night. That's going to be my Friday night treat. And then we have got all of my snacks here. There's 15 different snacks, from a chicken to crisps to cheesecake to chocolate to make your own muffin. There's a whole load of snacks and I have to say I'm very, very excited about trying this. Definitely a much bigger range than when I tried it over a year ago. So in fact it was about a year and a half ago now. So I'm so excited. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through it all and write myself out a meal plan for next week so that I know exactly what I'm eating out of this lot every day, and that way it's going to make my life so much easier from Monday to Friday next week. And today is Monday and I'm going to start it today. So today is day 1. I weighed myself this morning and I was 139.6 pounds, and then my last day will be Friday, so I'll weigh myself again on Saturday morning and see if I've lost any weight. What I will say is when I unpacked all the food, it was packed really, really well, and I'll show you what was in that envelope. Hold on. Okay, so in the envelope, it was like a poster of Transform Your Body, and it was a 90-day calendar, if you like, that you can fill in to show your progress, and it tells you phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So this is for the exercise side of it. However, there was no information in the box about the exercise, about what type of exercise you have to do, where you get the exercise from, nothing. There was just this in the envelope. I think last time there was an exercise DVD in with it, I'm pretty sure. And the other little folder was lots of really good healthy eating recipes. It had all the calories and nutritional information, and that looks really quite nice. But that's all that was in it. There was nothing in it about how to do the plan, about whether you can add any other food to it, about what you can drink through it. So I was a wee bit confused by that because last time there was a bit of information, not a lot, but there was a bit of information. I went onto the website to see if there was something there that told you, but no, the only thing that was there under Do The Unthinkable was choose your food. So I went onto the Facebook and I messaged them through Facebook and it only took them a couple of hours to reply. They did say that I should have had information in the box, and they did say that I could basically drink what I want and eat what I want. There's no foods or drinks out of bounds. It's entirely up to me how I want to get the best out of the plan. They didn't say, you know, you should add a portion of fruit and veg a day or anything like that. I'm sure there was something like that the last time. It was basically just, look, it's up to you, nothing's out of bounds. Which isn't great guidance really, because I could then eat biscuits and cakes in between and say, well, why have I not lost weight? I did say that you have to have your 3 meals and 3 snacks a day, but other than that, it's up to you. So yeah, that was a little bit vague, I think, but never mind. I know roughly I'm going to stick to the plan. The only thing I'm going to do is maybe add a bit of fruit when I'm having my pancakes and my crumpet, but other than that, I'm just going to stick to the food that I've been given. So, today's day 1, I am going to be having my breakfast shortly, but for anyone who doesn't know, I do intermittent fasting, which means I eat roughly between 10 AM and 6 PM and I fast the rest of the time. So it's only 8:15 just now. I won't be having my breakfast till 10 o'clock, but I will come back to you when I am, and I'll show you all the food that I have today and every day up until Friday night, and then I'll come back on Saturday morning and tell you what I thought of the plan. See you in a wee while. So that is day 1 of Do The Unthinkable completed, and I have to say I've really enjoyed it. I liked the fact that I was able to take my breakfast with me today, that I had a grab and go selection. That was really good, because with having to go out to Asda the way things are just now, first thing in the morning is the best time to go, when you have to go, when it's absolutely essential like it was today. And I knew that I wouldn't be back in time for my breakfast, and it would have been too early to have my breakfast before I went. So it was good that I had the option of the little balls to go, and I actually quite enjoyed them. My first impression was, oh, what is that? It tasted, you think strawberry and vanilla, you expect to get a hit of strawberry straight away, and I didn't. It was quite subtle. And I would say it's a bit like the naked bars, but in ball form. And I liked the fact that it was in ball form. It was easier for me to eat. They weren't very filling though, I have to say. Then I had the saurine loaf, which was lovely. I know that I like that. The Katsu Curry at lunchtime was nice. The rice had plenty of veg in it, so that was good. The curry itself was a bit runny and a bit bland, I would say. It didn't taste like a Katsu Curry really, but it was pleasant, it was nice. It was very filling, there was a lot of it. I only ate about 3/4 of it. But then about half an hour later, I was hungry again. And I think it's probably because I'm used to eating keto foods, which do keep you full for ages. I'm very rarely hungry on keto. So then I had my afternoon snack, which was the chocolate covered pretzels. Now they were lovely. I really liked them, and they took me ages to eat, so I really did enjoy that. That was a lovely snack. I would definitely have them again. And then the pasta, the lemon chicken pasta, wasn't as dry as it looked. It was actually very tasty. I really did quite enjoy that. I would probably have that again as well. And then I was a wee bit dubious about that oat muffin. I thought, what's it going to be like? But it actually was really quite nice. It did have a bit of a bitter aftertaste to it, and it was very sweet. But I think the fact that I had paired it with the berries made it kind of counteracted the sweetness of the cake, but the actual texture was like a sponge cake. It was lovely. I did really quite enjoy it. So yeah, I felt like I've been eating all day, probably because, first of all, I didn't eat until almost 11 o'clock. I didn't have my breakfast, and I like to be finished eating by 6, so I only had 7 hours to eat 6 things in. And second of all, again, being keto, you don't eat a lot, because what you do eat is very, very filling. I usually, when I'm keto, I only eat twice a day, maybe 3 times at a push. And so I've gone from that to eating 6 times a day. So I did feel like I was eating constantly, but I actually also felt hungry most of the day. Probably psychological. It'll probably settle down as of tomorrow or Wednesday. But yeah, day 1, definitely I'm happy so far, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Right, so it's the end of day 2 and I thought I'd just come on and have a little chat, let you know what I've thought of it today, and I think it's been a good day. I've enjoyed almost everything that I ate. The crumpet this morning was lovely. It tasted just like a normal crumpet. It was a good size, it was quite filling. You couldn't tell that it was high protein by the taste or anything, but it was nice and filling, so that was good. The snack was, the sour cream crisp, lentil crisp things, they were lovely. I could definitely eat a load of those, they were good. And there was a good amount in the packet as well, so that was really good. My lunch I wasn't keen on. It was the sweet chilli chicken and there was just too much chilli. The chilli was overpowering everything else, and the actual chicken tasted a bit fake. It was like eating fake chicken or cheap chicken, if you like. Yeah, I wasn't keen on that. I only ate about a quarter of it. I definitely wouldn't have that one again. It's not to say that other people wouldn't like it, it just wasn't to my taste. So then the afternoon snack was the grenade bar. That was lovely. You could tell it was a protein bar. It wasn't your average Mars bar, put it that way. But it was very enjoyable, it was very tasty, and it was nice and filling, which was good because I was quite hungry after not eating much of my lunch. My dinner, the pork stir fry, that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. It was nice having everything in the pack to make from scratch, and there was no waste. Everything was nice and fresh. It tasted lovely. I would definitely have that again, and it was nice and filling. And then the coconut fudge ball things that I had for my evening snack were really nice. They reminded me of, remember Revels? I know you still get them, but years and years ago in Revels you used to get little coconut ones, and it was just wee balls of coconut covered in chocolate. That's what they tasted like, really good. I could have been doing with 1 or 2 more in the pack, to be honest, but I did enjoy them. So overall today I've enjoyed it. I've not been as hungry as I was yesterday. I felt it was spaced out more evenly. I was hungry after lunch, but that's only because I didn't eat it all. But generally, yeah, another good day on plan. I did enjoy it, and I am looking forward to tomorrow. Thanks, Brooke. Good morning. It is day 3, 10 past 10, and I'm hungry, so I'm going to have my breakfast. I'm having these pancakes this morning. Right, so I just toasted it and then discovered that it's actually mouldy, which isn't good. And here's the packet, used by the 10th of April, and today is the 8th of April. So I'm not impressed. I have got another packet here that I was going to have on Friday, and they're also used by the 10th of April and seem fine. So I'm going to use these, and then I'll need to come up with something else for Friday morning. Good morning. It's now day 4, but before I tell you what I'm having for breakfast, I wanted to just do a quick summary of yesterday because I didn't get a chance to come on last night. I enjoyed the food that I had again yesterday, apart from the pancakes, which the first lot were mouldy, which was disappointing to say the least. The second lot weren't mouldy, but they were quite thick and dry. They were edible, I did eat them, but I wouldn't have them again, I don't think. Definitely not without some sort of, I don't know, sauce or something to really moisten them up a bit. Then I had the mountain chips. They were lovely. I do like those. I've had them before and I would definitely have them again. Lunchtime was the pulled pork, and that was delicious. That was really, really tasty. Packed full of veggies and beans. Really nice. I did enjoy that. I would definitely have that again. Then the popcorn bar for the afternoon snack. My first impression was, oh, I don't know if I like that, but it was actually very, very tasty. And because it was dark chocolate, there was just enough of it. You couldn't eat too much of that. And again, I would definitely have that again. Really, really nice. Dinner was the peri peri chicken, and yeah, it was lovely. It's classed as chicken with roasted veg, but there was only an onion and chips, or there was a green pepper as well, but not an awful lot of veg. I would have thought it was more sort of veg based, but it was still very nice anyway. And then the last snack was the chocolate coated pumpkin seeds. They were nice, but there was loads of them and they were a bit of a hassle to eat, to be honest. Overall, I did enjoy the food again yesterday and I wasn't hungry. It was a good day on plan. Good morning. Sorry about the light. I don't know what's going on today. It is Friday, day 5, which means it's my last day of Do The Unthinkable today, and I just wanted to come on to let you know how I got on yesterday. So I was out and about in the morning getting some essentials. So instead of having my breakfast, I took my morning snack with me, which was the Chinese chicken on a stick, and it was okay. It had a much stronger smell than taste, and it was a bit sort of plumped up, like it was full of water. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't amazing. And then I had my breakfast when I got home, so it was the Fuel chocolate milk drink, protein drink, and rather than drinking it on its own, I added it to coffee to make an iced coffee, and I only used half of it because I was keeping half for today, since I'd not got a breakfast for today because my pancakes were mouldy the other day. Did I mention my pancakes were mouldy? And it was nice. It was like a mocha. However, you could tell that it was a protein supplement drink, if you like. It was a bit like drinking a build-up drink, and I definitely couldn't have drank it on its own. And then I had the Moroccan tagine for lunch, which was nice but very dry. It could have been done with a bit more sauce. I ate maybe 3/4 of it and then I'd had enough. And my snack in the afternoon was cacao and orange bites, and they were actually very nice. A bit of a strange texture at first, but really nice flavour, and once I got used to the texture, I really enjoyed them, so I would have them again. And my dinner at night was the salmon stir-fry, salmon teriyaki stir-fry, which was lovely. It was easy to prepare, apart from the fact that I had to take the skin off the salmon. I'm not a cook, and I did kind of make a bit of a mess. I butchered the salmon a little bit, but it still tasted nice, and I did really enjoy it, and it was very filling as well. And then for my last meal of the day, I had the Oppo raspberry cheesecake, which was lovely. At first I wasn't sure of the texture of the cheesecake bit. It was a bit gritty, but once you got over that, it was so nice. The raspberry was really tangy and the base was quite gingery, and it complemented each other so well. I could have eaten another one right after it. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed that. Well, I have had another good day of eating today. I started off this morning with my breakfast, which was another iced coffee made with the Fuel chocolate milk drink. Didn't enjoy it as much as I did yesterday. I definitely wouldn't have that milk again. It's really got an aftertaste to it, and it wasn't very filling either. Okay, I did only have half the carton because I had the other half yesterday. But no, not for me. Then I had the salty caramel grenade bar, and that was amazing. That was definitely the best thing I've eaten all week. I would eat that again any day. Didn't taste like a protein bar. It was a bit like, it was like a Mars bar, to be honest, but very filling, very satisfying. Really, really liked that. Then for lunch, it was the chicken and mushroom risotto, which was okay, a little bit bland and a weird texture. It wasn't like a normal risotto texture, and way too many edamame beans in it. I mean, that was the second last ingredient on the list, so there shouldn't have been a lot, but I would say there was definitely more edamame beans than chicken or mushrooms. And yeah, it was okay. I ate about half of it and that was enough. And then for my afternoon snack, I had those biscuits. Now, to be honest, I looked at them and thought, it's just like a plain biscuit, but they were really, really tasty. And even for being gluten-free, I really, really enjoyed them. They sort of melted in your mouth and had a nice chocolate taste. Really enjoyed them. And then dinner was a pizza. Oh, I do really like the Musclefood pizza. I loved them. The last time I did the Do The Unthinkable, this was the first time that I'd had the meaty one, and it was really, really tasty. Did enjoy that very much. Again, very filling. I managed to leave some of it, which isn't like me when it comes to pizza, but it was really good. And then I finished the day with that mint chocolate bar, and that was really good as well. Almost as nice as the salty caramel grenade bar, but had a very slight aftertaste of protein bar. The little white stars on it looked very pretty, but they didn't really taste of anything and they kept falling off. So I think the only thing they added to it was calories. But other than that, the bar itself was really, really nice. Really enjoyed it. So that's me now completed all 5 days of eating on the Do The Unthinkable plan. So tomorrow morning I will weigh in. I'll let you know if I've lost any weight, and I'll also give you an honest review of the plan as well. So I'll see you tomorrow for that. I know that I have weighed myself this morning. So on Monday morning, before I started the Do The Unthinkable plan, I weighed 139.6 pounds, and this morning when I stepped on the scales, I weighed 139.4 pounds. So I have lost 0.2 pounds in the last 5 days on the Do The Unthinkable plan. Now you have seen absolutely everything that I've eaten this week. Every morsel that went in my mouth you have seen. The only things I had to drink that you didn't see was my Pepsi Max. That was it. So you've seen everything. I didn't exercise, which I believe is meant to be quite a big part of the plan. However, there was no information in the box about the exercise, and there was an envelope that had a big poster that you could sort of mark your progress, and it had rest days and exercise days, but that was it. There was no information about what exercise you were meant to do. And also I hadn't been asked any questions about mobility and things, and for anyone who doesn't know, I'm in a wheelchair, so the exercise I'm able to do is very different to what other people can do. So I didn't exercise, but I did eat everything they gave me and lost 0.2 pounds. So basically it was a very expensive maintain. Right. What do I think of the Do The Unthinkable plan now that I've been on it for the 5 days and I've been weighed and all the rest of it? I'm going to look at it in 3 different categories. I'm going to look at the quality, the convenience and the cost. So first of all, let's have a look at the quality. And I'm going to split this into 2. I'm going to look at the food and the service. So the quality of the food, I would say, it's really quite good. There was a few meals that I wasn't very keen on, but that might just be personal taste. And there's a much bigger range than what I tried, so there might be a lot more out there that I would really enjoy. Obviously, in case you haven't guessed, the mouldy pancakes are a big issue. If you're spending £60 for food, you do not expect to get mouldy produce, especially when it's still 3 days within its best before date. So I was very disappointed with that, and that is a big against the food quality. Now, the customer service quality has been pretty bad again, I have to say. One of the things that let them down the last time I did it in October 2018 was their customer service, and yet again I have to say it has let them down. The box came with all the food but nothing in it to say what I was to do, what else I could eat or drink, anything about the exercise. And I did contact them through Facebook and I got a message back to say, oh sorry, that should have been in with your box and we'll send it with your next order. How do you know I'm going to order again? I had actually already cancelled my next delivery by that point because I knew that I wasn't going to be spending that money again this week because I can't afford it. So yeah, the customer service definitely let them down again. So overall, I would give the quality 3 out of 5. I think that's pretty fair. Right, so let's have a look at the convenience. The one thing this plan has definitely got going for it is the convenience. You go online, you choose 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 evening meals, and then 3 snacks for every day. And there's a huge range for you to choose from. Every item that you look at has got a little I button so you can press on it and find out more about the product. And that in itself, the whole ordering is extremely easy, extremely convenient. It then gets delivered directly to your door, which at this time, especially with the whole lockdown and the fact that people aren't really going to supermarkets, is extremely convenient. There was no issues at all with my delivery. It was delivered when it said it would be. I was given a time slot on the actual day. I was sent a text with a time slot. I had left a note on my door saying I'm self-isolating, please just leave it, and they did. The food was packaged very, very well. It was all still cold or frozen, however it was meant to be. So that side was excellent. The actual food is very convenient and there's something for everyone. There was grab and go meals, so the breakfasts, for example, I had the breakfast balls one day that I was able to take out with me, the chocolate drink that you could take out with you. There's ready meals that you can just put straight in the microwave and they're ready within, I think, 7 minutes was the longest any of them took. And the evening meals, you could have pizza that just goes in the oven, or if you're one of these people who do like to cook from scratch, who likes to see exactly what's going in their meal, you've got that option as well. So the convenience from the actual food point of view is fantastic as well. However you like to cook, there's an option there for you. And there was definitely a great range of food compared to the last time I did it. There was a lot more to choose from, both in terms of snacks and evening meals. All your snacks were grab and go as well, so definitely convenient. One thing that I would say about convenience though is, although my food was very convenient, I was still having to cook for the rest of the family, so that actually made it slightly inconvenient because I was having to cook separate meals, which was a bit of a nuisance. However, that's not Musclefood's fault, that's not the plan's fault, that's just my own family situation. So yeah, I think it would maybe be an option for Musclefood to do like couple kits or family kits so that you could do it as a family. I don't know if that's something that they're thinking about or not. Might be an option that would take away that aspect of it, you know, having to cook for different people. However, overall convenience, I would give 4.5 out of 5. And that's definitely the main plus point of this plan for me. Now, let's have a look at the cost.
Ah!
The cost is a major issue. It should have been £60. When I looked at the website, it said it was £60, which worked out at £2 per meal. And I thought to myself, great, 30 meals, £2 a meal, so that's a month's plan. £60 for a month isn't bad. However, it wasn't until later on that I realised it wasn't 30 meals, it was the 30 eating times over the 5 days, because you had 3 meals and 3 snacks a day, which is 6 eating times over 5 days. That's their 30 meals. So £60 for 30 meals sounds okay, and that's the way that it's marketed on the website. However, £60 for 5 days food doesn't sound okay to me. That is expensive. There's no getting over it. Now, they do have offers on. When I ordered it, it was £50. You were getting £10 off plus free delivery. So it cost me £50 for the 5 days, but that is still very expensive, especially when you consider that my Asda order for the same week for the rest of the family and all the other bits and pieces that I needed was almost £100. So the cost, it was basically, I spent £150 on food for me and the family over the week, which is way too expensive for me. I don't have that kind of budget. Also, I saw some of the snacks that I had in Asda for £1 or slightly under £1. So although it's saying £2 per meal, the snacks, for example, the proper chips and the fuel things, they were £1. So they were charging me £2 for something that I could get for £1 in Asda. Basically, when I looked at it, I could have made all of that food or bought all of the food that I needed for those meals for probably half the price that I paid, although it would have been less convenient. Again, the convenience is the main factor. To me, this plan is not affordable and it's not cost effective. That's my opinion. So for cost, I would give it 1 out of 5. That's the one thing that Musclefood definitely need to look at, I think, if they want this plan to become as popular as it could potentially be. They need to look at their cost and they need to look at their customer service. Right, in general, would I recommend the Do The Unthinkable plan to people, having done it myself for 5 days, and this is the second time that I've done it? And I have to say the cost when I did it back in 2018 was exactly the same. So they haven't reduced the cost at any. They have increased the range of food. Personally, it was to speak to someone who was in my position, who might be on a budget or who also has a family that they're cooking for, or who can't really exercise. I would say no, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not cost effective, and I didn't lose any weight on it. It's definitely not worth it. However, if I was to talk to someone who was really busy, who didn't have anyone else to cook for, and had disposable income, and didn't really want to think about their food, you know, food was just something that they had to do as part of their day, then I would say yes, go for it, because the convenience is really good, the quality in general was good, and from that point of view, if you're only cooking for yourself, you can afford it, then yeah, I would honestly recommend it. So it depends to me what bracket you fall under. But generally, if you're part of a family or you're on a budget, no, don't do it. It's not worth it. In my opinion. Only my opinion. Please remember, this is not sponsored in any way. It's not an advert. I've not been paid for this. I've not been gifted it. I paid for it all with my own pennies. So this is a completely honest review. Honest and open, which is what I would be anyway, even if I had been gifted it or I was sponsored, but I'm not. And in general, to sum it all up, would I do it again? No. Not unless their customer service improved and it was a lot cheaper. If it was £60 for the month, then yes, I would do it. See, even if it was like £60 for the month and I bought my own snacks, I would still do it. But at the moment, the way it is, no, I definitely wouldn't do it again. Well, that has been my experience and opinion of the Musclefood Do The Unthinkable. Let me know below in the comments if you have tried it, and if so, what you thought of it, or if you would consider trying it. I will put a link below to the Musclefood Do The Unthinkable. Again, it's not affiliated in any way, but just in case you want to look into it for yourself, then I will put it below. But in general, I wouldn't do it again. I have enjoyed the week that I've been on it. I've enjoyed the fact that I've not really had to think about what I've eaten, and also there were a few times that I did feel like binging and eating my emotions, but because I was doing this plan, I didn't. So that is a good thing. It definitely saved me from putting on weight, but £50 to maintain my weight isn't very good for me. So I really hope that you found this useful, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching it. Please hit the thumbs up button if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if there's anything else that you would like me to review for you, please let me know and I'll look into it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!